In spite of 500 really hard years and many obstacles, I am amazed not by what we've lost, but by what we still have. And the talent and the toolbox that we were given by our ancestors really inspires me. That's in front of where Grandpa Bob's house is now. Looking at my childhood, I'd be a pretty unlikely candidate to be doing most of the things that I'm doing today. I had a childhood that was very different from a lot of Native people. My father is an Austrian immigrant and Holocaust survivor. My mother's Native from Leech Lake. Kind of grew up with a foot in both worlds. My mother was on a life journey of her own, reconnecting to traditional Ojibwe culture and ceremonies, and I was drug along for a lot of that. Here, look down here, that's making maple syrup.
Who's that?
That's me. More than many people, I did have strong connections, but I wouldn't say that I valued anything I'd been taught or learned until after I left home and really got tested in not just being an Indian in the room, but being the Indian in the room, where I really started to challenge myself and think differently about the importance of things like language and culture. I came back home and ended up living with a medicine man who operated exclusively in Ojibwe. I think a lot of the deepening of my knowledge and of my interest in it really happened as part of living with Archie Mose. He was 96 years old. When I met him, he was sitting in a modern house watching WWF SmackDown on a TV. And, I walked in with a bunch of gifts and kind of nervous to ask some questions, and he said, "I've been waiting for you." Apparently he had a dream about me, and based upon that, he started to share things that maybe he was just kind of waiting for the right opportunity. And now I've been training a cadre of people here in the legends and speeches for these ceremonies, and they've never met him. But they're saying his words. They're singing his songs, just like Archie was with his fathers, all the way back. The powers of publishing books is you can reach people in an urban area. You can reach people in many different communities. You can preserve the words of people across time and space. And to me, that grows the community of those that you work with. I ended up seeking out and recording, transcribing, translating a lot of eloquent Ojibwe-speaking elders.
Oh.
Anton spent a lot of time wandering around with a digital recorder, gathering all this up. And that gave us chunks that we wouldn't have. They're pages of history.
All right, so we'll play a little bit of Eugene here. The horses were numerous. They were all over the place. And they watched over us. I feel very honored by the award. To me, it reflects upon all of my teachers, all of the people still working very hard in our communities to keep these things going. Sometimes we really need hope. The future vitality of the Ojibwe language, it's not certain, but it is possible.